welcome back, everybody. I'm, of course, Cobra X, and just want to do predictions and talk about a little bit of the games on Thursday. I forgot all about my prediction on Giants and Cowboys on Thursday. To be honest with you, it kind of slipped my mind. That being said, I'm glad to see who I thought was going to win because I have written down who I thought was going to win, but for some reason I didn't think they were playing on Thursday for some dumbass reason. Anyways, I had Cowboys winning anyways, but I have a specific score. Yeah, Giants, I mean, you guys went far past your expectations this year, and I think you're just facing some teams that are better than you, and Dak hasn't lost against the Giants in 6 years. So, that being said, it's no wonder why they lost. Just in case you guys didn't know that. But that being said, there we go. That seems like it's better. That being said, I think Cowboys still put up a decent fight, and there's still definitely Cowboys. I can tell that there's still some decent holes that need to be, filled. Somewhat. There's some, but that's gonna happen in any given game, anyways. Nobody plays a perfect game every game. They try, but it doesn't always work out that way. That being said, I'm just happy to be here and doing this still. But anyways, let's go down the list here. We have Bengals versus Titans, and 6-4 Bengals versus 7-3 Titans. Let's see here. I think the Titans will win this game, only because the Titans have been playing pretty good football, pretty solid. The run game's pretty good. Derrick Henry is doing literally everything for that team. He's kind of basically there. In a way, he's doing just as much as Lamar Jackson is. Just he doesn't pass the ball because obviously they have a quarterback. Otherwise, I think he'd be doing that as well because that's the type of dude he is. That being said, Bengals, your defense has got a lot of holes in it. Offensive line better than last year, but still, Joe's I think is going to put on a show like he always does with T, and I think it's going to be a close one, but I think the Titans get it. I think the Titans are going to be would have to keep up with them, which is going to be hard because the Bengals have a good offense, like a high-powered offense. But I think they stop that run game, that Burrow, and it's going to be, can Burrow pass in that secondary? There's also pretty decent secondary as well. So, that being said, I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be like something like 29-28 or 30-28, and then that's going to be the Titans. I think the Bears and Jets game. I think Jets win by 7. Well, no, I don't. No, I don't. And here's why. I did have them by 7, but since they're starting White instead of Flacco, I don't think they're going to win this game. I really don't. I think the defense is going to put up a damn good fight because they're a really good defense this year. Better than my Ravens defense, but still. I think Jets, Sauce Gardner. I think Fields is going to have to run his ass off in this, which he always does lately. He's really shown that he can be that dual threat quarterback. He just needs more consistency in passing. He's not quite there on that yet either, but he's still proving it. He's gotten way better from year 1 to year 2, and I think the Bears squeak out a win. I think it'll be like 20-17 Bears. That's my guess, and that's the way it's going to be. because the Bears' defense is it's okay, but they gave up a lot of their defensive guys. Their core is gone. So that being said, if the Jets can't score with White, and if Flacco does start finish this game, he might be able to come back and win. I don't know, but we'll see. But I have the Bears actually winning by 3. That's my new predicament. It was going to be Jets by 7, but we go down to the Bucks and Browns. Bucks, Tom continues to pull things together. He'll be able to, I think he'll put things together. That team seems like it's meshing together better at the right time. I think they're going to squeak in the playoffs, and by doing so, they're going to have to beat this Browns defense and the run game. And can they stop that run game? I don't know. I don't think they could. But either way, they don't have a quarterback to compete with the Bucks. And if you shut down the run game for Browns, then that's all they got right now. So I think the Bucks squeaks out this win. I think it'll be like they can't score like they can't because they're not healthy enough. So I think it'll be a 21-20 game. I think it'll be close. I think Tom will actually be behind. I think it'll be 20-14, and then he'll throw a touchdown in the last few minutes of the game and win it. Or they pick the ball off and win the game. Packers, Eagles. It's a battle of whose team's going to show up. But lately, the Eagles team has barely shown up the last couple of weeks. And a team that was undefeated just a couple of weeks ago. And the Packers, if they put everything together, they have a solid team. They really do. I think their young receivers don't get enough credit right now, and I think Rodgers is being very impatient, and then there's stuff going on with Rodgers anyways where you're just not seeing the same Rodgers that we're used to seeing anyways this year, and that could be just, like I said, I think it's a timing thing with everybody new, and you can definitely tell he's missing Devontae Adams as that blanket, protection blanket. It's just what it is. And if the Eagles play how they're supposed to play, they'll be just fine. I have the Eagles winning this team against that Packers team. We have the Saints 49ers defensive game. I really think so. I think the QB for the 49ers, Jimmy G, gets it done though. I think he's been playing pretty darn good football lately. And I feel that, man, fucking choking me sometimes. And yeah, I just feel that he's ready to go back to the playoffs and make a statement because that team looks. If the Ravens will magically get there, I can easily see a rematch between those two teams. And that would be an interesting matchup. I'd love to see I'd like to see my Ravens face the Vikings too, but those are the two teams I would pick against them that I would love to see. I think they would also be very good matchups. And whether the Ravens win or lose, if it was the Vikings, I'd be happy that Kurt even got there. Like I said, Michigan State boy here, so always happy to see him doing good. And last night, or the other night, it just proved comeback. Anyways, yeah, that Patriots game. What the hell happened? I was completely off. The offense for the Patriots was downright terrible. It looked to me that Kurt came back with this game strong, and I'm glad it wasn't a continuation of the meltdown he had against the Cowboys. Which is weird, because the Patriots, to me, have just as good or better of a defense the last couple weeks than the Cowboys do. Well, they're more consistent. Viking, but like I said, Patriots, if they gave up anything, they would have to play catch up, and they can't do that. Their offense is not built for that at all right now. So Mac Jones, not it. Zappy, I don't know. I would start Zappy the rest of the season and see what he's got, because Mac Jones, I think, is no. I don't think it's the answer. But Bill normally sticks with his guns on things, typically, unless it's Tom Brady. But that being said, it's good to see the Vikings bounce back with that W on Thanksgiving. And, yeah, I'm happy that they won that game. And by a decent amount, too. It was pretty good. Anyways, I have Texans versus Dolphins. I have Dolphins winning this game very easily. They just look like a team that's, I think, playoff ready. Tua's been playing really well, apart from, beginning of the season with the concussions and scary concussion. I'm so glad that he's okay. That being said, Texans, they're starting their backup. Mills is being benched, thank God. But still not going to be, I think, enough to even do anything. And that Pierce he's cool. He can plow through anybody. He reminds me a lot of like a combination of two different running backs. One being Marshawn Lynch, but he still has some agility in him as well. So, but that's not enough. The Dolphins' offense is way too it's gonna be way too OP for the Texans to handle, and I think the Dolphins win by probably double digits. I'm thinking like 28 to like. I'm gonna be nice with the Texans. I'm gonna give them 10 points, but that's about it. That's all you're getting. Broncos Panthers. I'm gonna pick Broncos only because the Panthers, the QB situation. I know Wilson's not playing good football, not for his standards and not for NFL standards. He is not playing good. Not very well at all. That being said, the Panthers are worse. I mean, their defense is alright, but Broncos' defense is better. They don't know who to start quarterback because they all suck. Broncos, man, if you can put together an offense and for some reason somehow turn things around that you normally have been failing at doing and finishing games when you were up by a smidge, you can't just score any points. That's the problem. So I'm going to say it's going to be a similar one, I'm going to say, as the Ravens was last week, 13-3. I think Panthers lose again. I think it'll probably be more like 13-6. I'll give them 3 extra points. And then Falcons and Commanders. I'm going to say the Commanders edge. They get the edge with this. I think they're a little bit better team all the way around. Especially if they use Curtis Samuel like they're supposed to. I really think that he's more of a Debo type of player. Very versatile. And jet sweeps. Do that kind of stuff. You'll be fine. Falcons, you're impressing me. You're turning things around, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But then you have Ravens, Jags. Obviously, I'm going to pick the Ravens in this one. However, at any point, the Jags could upset. They're known for doing that. So, Ravens, though, continuing that defense. I don't know if Williams is going to play this weekend or not. Sounds like probably not, but he'll be back next week. Team's just getting healthier and healthier. OBJ, please. If we get him, it's going to be all over. I mean, it's a healthy him with Lamar, and they connect. And you also have Denard Robinson, which has been played a damn good game last week. They need to treat him for the number 1 spot. I thought about that in the beginning. Besides him and Bateman, should be the 1-2, no problem. But I don't know why they did what they did. Oh well. But like I said, I think Ravens gonna win this one. Should be like a 24-14 kind of game. Um, yeah. Chargers, Cards. It's whoever's healthiest, man. I mean, Chargers, I have the win in this game, though, because they're healthier. They're coming off, Keenan Allen's going to be, I think, fully healthy for the first time. He was supposed to be restricted last week, but he wasn't. They got forced because Mike Williams went down with this. I think it's the same ankle injury. And I don't think Williams is going to play this week. If he does, that's cool, because that'd be even better. But I think the Chargers do get this win. And I just think that the Cards aren't going to be prepared. They don't have the... I don't know if Brown's starting this week for them also to help on the wideout, but it still doesn't matter because as long as Murray's not in that lineup, I don't think they're going to be able to win that game. If Murray was in the lineup, I'd probably say, yeah, they could probably beat the Chargers. But I don't think he is, so Chargers. Rams, Chiefs. Well, this one's an easy one. I'm going to say Chiefs all day because the Rams just aren't it right now. Stafford, injured. Cooper Kupp, he's been dealing on and off with injuries. Just the team's not having good luck in that department. I swear that list is like half full. It's sad. But you know what? At least he won the Super Bowl last year. Still happy about that. So I'm gonna have to say the Chiefs. I think they're gonna blow them away. I think you're gonna see like a 30 to 10 game. And let's see here. We have the Raiders and Seahawks. I think the Seahawks get the win. Raiders, I think, will be more competitive from here on out because I think it's like a wake-up call when they had that interview and then you see Derek Carr get so emotional. And that sends a strong message to your entire team that, hey, the quarterback obviously is frustrated. He ain't crying because he's sad. He's crying because he's upset. And he's pissed that that team is not doing what they were supposed to set out to do this year. And that is be playoff contender and possibly Super Bowl contender as well. Because that team, on paper, is pretty stacked. As long as Derek plays the way he plays, he has not been playing up to his expectations as well. So, it's just all the way across the board. The only person I think is still doing it is Devontae Adams, trying his hardest. I don't know. But the Seahawks will win because of that defense, for one, and Kenneth Walker and Geno Smith and company. Those guys get it done. It's going to be probably a 10-point game at the end of that one. And then I'm going to have, let's see the other one here. We have Steelers-Colts. Yeah, Steelers-Colts. That's going to be an interesting game. I actually think that's going to be one of the closest games. It could be one of the closest ones. Should see more Pickett to Pickens before it gets picked off for 6. Colts. It all rides on Matt Ryan, really, and how well he can play. So that's why I'm picking the Steelers, because I love Matty Ice. Now he's just ice for a different reason. He ice cold, because he's not performing very well at all. And, let's see here. They have the weapons to kind of do it. I mean, they have some decent receivers, and, defense is alright. Steelers D has got holes in it, whether they're good. One week they can stop the run, the next week they can stop the pass, but they can't do both at the same time. So, that being said, if the Steelers do lose this game, which I don't think they will, it's going to be because the secondary. Not the run D. It's going to be because of that pass rush and what they can bring to the table. But TJ Watt being back is probably going to help that a little bit anyways. With how great of a player he is. I wish the Ravens would have drafted him. Now he's against us. But yeah, I love me some T.J. Watt, man. I think he's borderline better than his brother, but they play differently, different positions and all that. So I can't really say that because at the time JJ was like the most dominant end I've ever seen, and he plays linebacker too. So I mean, he can do both. He can line up in both and fucking rock your ass. Tackle and linebacker does not matter. He can line up wherever and attack. Love and respect that man. Good, fucking great guy. Anyways, those are all my predictions. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving yesterday, I didn't do anything. I'm doing stuff today. This is Friday. And, yeah, guys. Cobra X out. I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday. See ya.